Welcome to the deep dive. You know that feeling, right? After a really great spa day.
Oh yeah, that total relaxation.
Exactly. Skin feels amazing, muscles aren't screaming at you, mind's quiet for once. Well, we've got some interesting materials here from places like Zarifa USA, Bella Cosmetic Surgery, Maca Health and Spa. Quite a mix.
hmm
And we're diving into something that apparently can help you hang on to that bliffed out feeling for longer. It's all about what you eat after the spa.
Right. And it's not about like intense dieting or some crazy cleanse, is it?
No, not at all.
But
This is focused on simple, mindful nourishment,
Yeah.
kind of complementing the good stuff you just did for yourself.
exactly. And looking through these sources, it's clear a spa day is often, well, more than just pampering. It's like a deep reset for your body.
Reset. How so?
Well, think about it. The heat, maybe a sauna, the massage getting circulation going, the hydration, even just the mental break. It all encourages detoxification. Your lymphatic system gets a nudge, circulation improves, and your body shifts into that lovely, calm, rest and digest mode. The parasympathetic nervous system takes over.
Right, the opposite of fight or flight.
Precisely. So this is actually the ideal time to give your body really good nutrients. And just as importantly, avoid things that might mess with that rebalancing process, like processed foods or alcohol.
Okay, so you've just had this amazing experience. Body's feeling good, mind's clear. Why is what you eat right then more critical than, say, what you ate yesterday?
Well, what's really interesting and what comes through in these readings is how responsive your body is right after those treatments.
More responsive.
Yeah, like we said, things are stimulated, detox pathways, fluid release. Your body is actively trying to clear things out. So if you give it clean, nutrient-dense food and lots of fluids, you're directly helping that process along.
Okay, I see.
But if you load up on, I don't know, heavy processed stuff or booze, you're putting extra strain on the system just when it's trying to recalibrate. You risk that kind of spa crash.
Ugh, the spa crash. Definitely want to avoid that. So it's like you've decluttered your system. Now is the time for the good stuff, not more junk.
That's a great analogy. Exactly.
Practicalities in.
Mm.
What's the absolute number one thing we should focus on right after walking out of the spa?
Hydration, without a doubt. It comes up again and again in these sources.
Right, because you lose fluids.
You do. Spa treatments, especially heat-based ones or massage, encourage fluid release, and with that, toxins. If you don't replenish properly, you could end up with headaches, fatigue, maybe even feeling bloated.
Oh, yeah, the opposite of that light, refreshed feeling. So just down a huge bottle of water.
Well, getting enough water is key, yes, but how you hydrate matters too.
Okay.
Think about sipping maybe warm water with a squeeze of lemon.
Warm lemon water. Why warm?
It can be really soothing, and some sources suggest the lemon gently aids digestion. Plus, it just feels, well, calming, doesn't it?
Yeah, it does, actually.
And here's a neat tip from a couple of these blogs. Add just a tiny pinch of sea salt to your water
Sea salt. Oh,
to help replenish electrolytes. You lose those through sweat, and stimulating the lymphatic system can shift fluid balance, too. It's a really simple, natural way to help rebalance.
huh. Interesting. I wouldn't have thought of that. Any other good drink options?
Coconut water is a fantastic choice. It's naturally hydrating and full of potassium, another key electrolyte.
Okay, coconut water. Good shout.
And this ties into mindfulness, which some of the spa wellness guides touch on. Try sipping slowly, mindfully, rather than just gulping it down. Really feel it nourishing you. It extends that feeling of presence.
Okay, hydration sorted. Sip, don't guzzle. Maybe lemon, pinch of salt, coconut water. Got it. Now food. I imagine I might feel a bit hungry after all that relaxation. What should I reach for?
So thinking about supporting that recovery process, gentle alkalizing foods are really the way to go.
Alkalizing.
Yeah, think foods that help balance your body's pH, but mainly, gentle is the key word. Remember, your body is still processing things, even after relaxing treatments like lymphatic drainage. You don't want to overload your digestion.
Right, so probably not the best time for that celebratory greasy burger.
Probably not ideal, no.
Hmm.
Think light and easy to digest. Steamed greens are brilliant spinach, kale, bok choy,
Schemed, okay.
packed with nutrients, easy on the system. Broths or miso soup are also wonderful choices. Hydrating, and some might offer a bit of collagen, which is nice for the skin.
Miso soup sounds lovely, actually. What about something more substantial?
Light grains could work well. Quinoa, maybe millet.
Hmm.
And definitely include healthy fats, things like avocado, a few nuts, a drizzle of good olive oil. These are often recommended in wellness blogs.
That all sounds really nourishing. What's definitely off the menu then? What might undo the benefits?
Generally, it's best to steer clear of red meat right away. It's just heavier to digest. Same goes for refined sugars and definitely alcohol, as we mentioned.
Right. Alcohol seems counterintuitive to the whole detox relaxation thing anyway.
It really can be. It dehydrates you and puts a load on your liver just when you want things working smoothly.
Okay, so light, bright, gentle foods. Veggies, healthy fats, easy grains. Got it. What about the gut? We hear so much about gut health impacting everything. Is post-spa a good time to focus on that?
Oh, absolutely. There's a huge connection, and some sources, like the ones looking at health and healing centers, really emphasize this. Your gut health impacts your skin's radiance, your energy, even your mood. That post-spa glow, a happy gut helps maintain it.
So post-spa is prime time for gut love.
It really is. It's a great opportunity to gently support your gut microbiome.
Gently. Okay, so I don't need to chug a gallon of kombucha.
No, probably not necessary. Again, gentle is the approach. Think about incorporating small amounts of probiotics from fermented foods.
Like what?
Maybe a little unsweetened kefir or plain yogurt, or even just a spoonful of sauerkraut or kimchi alongside your meal.
Just a small amount.
Yeah, introduce those beneficial bacteria gently. And don't forget prebiotics, the food for the good gut bacteria.
Ah, right. Where do I get those?
Things like bananas, garlic, onions, oats, they all contain prebiotic fiber that helps the good guys flourish.
Okay, so a gentle nudge for the gut with some probiotics and prebiotics makes sense. Now, you mentioned something about healing elixirs over harsh cleanses. What's that about? Because sometimes after feeling detoxed, people think they need to do a major juice cleanse or something extreme.
Right, and that's a really important distinction. A spa day supports your body's natural detox pathways. It's not about shocking the system.
So those intense juice cleanses might be too much.
They can be, yeah, sometimes quite stressful for the body. Instead, think about calming herbal teas and maybe adaptogens to continue the benefits.
Adaptogens. Hear that word a lot. What are they and why post-spa?
Adaptogens are basically natural substances, often herbs or mushrooms, that are thought to help your body adapt to stress and find balance.
Well, I'm already relaxed after the spa. Hopefully.
You are, on the surface, but your body might still be adjusting internally, hormonally. Adaptogens like ashwagandha or reishi can sort of help modulate that stress response, prolonging the calm. Think of them as gentle regulators.
Okay, interesting. So what kind of teas or drinks are we talking about?
Calming teas are perfect. Chamomile or maybe tulsi, which is holy basil, really lovely for extending relaxation. Ginger or fennel tea can be great if your digestion feels a little sluggish.
Ginger tea sounds nice.
And you could even try an adaptogen latte, maybe reishi or ashwagandha blended with some warm almond milk. Almond milk is often suggested for its anti-inflammatory properties, too.
So it's less about a hardcore cleanse and more about gentle, continued support and relaxation.
Exactly. And make it a ritual. Don't just down it, sip it slowly, maybe light a candle. It's about creating another mindful moment.
Yeah, anchoring that calm feeling.
Precisely. It allows your body to really absorb the benefits mentally and physically.
This is all making so much sense. Now, something I know I can be guilty of. Sometimes after being good at the spa, I feel like I deserve a treat, maybe something not so healthy. How do we navigate that emotional eating pull?
That's a really common thing. What's useful here is that increased body awareness you often have post-spa. You're usually more tuned in to physical sensations.
True, you do feel more present in your body.
So use that. It's a great opportunity to practice listening to what your body is really asking for. Is it genuine hunger, or is it a craving for comfort, or maybe a reward?
Pausing to ask that question.
Exactly. Pause. Check in. Maybe what you actually need is more rest or just more water. It's about respecting the care you just gave yourself. If you do decide you really want that treat, try to enjoy it mindfully. Savor it slowly without guilt.
Okay, mindful indulgence, if it happens. That links to mindful eating overall, doesn't it? You mentioned a potential guide on that earlier. How do we bring that practice into the post-spa meal?
Yeah, the principles of mindful eating are a perfect fit here. They really amplify the spa benefits. Your senses are often heightened post-spa, right?
Yeah.
So it's the ideal time to practice eating without distractions. Put the phone away, chew your food really well, maybe aim for like 20 chews per bite.
Cool, Nanny. Wow.
It sounds like a lot, but it makes a huge difference to digestion and noticing fullness cues. Take breaths between bites. Really pay attention to the flavors, the textures. Notice when you start to feel satisfied, not just stuffed.
It sounds almost meditative.
It kind of is. It's bringing that same intention and presence from your spa treatment into how you eat. It integrates that calm feeling into your everyday life, starting right there with your meal.
Okay, so to make this super concrete for people listening, could we walk through a simple, soothing sample meal plan for that post-spa day?
Sure, let's map out a gentle example. For breakfast, maybe some warm oats cooked with water or almond milk, add some chia seeds, sliced banana, and a cup of calming chamomile tea, perhaps with a little honey.
Sounds lovely.
Well,
Lunch.
how about a quinoa bowl? Load it with steamed greens, maybe some avocado for healthy fats, and a simple tahini drizzle for flavor, and some coconut water alongside.
Nice and light. What about a snack?
Could be simple sliced apple with a spoonful of almond butter.
Yeah.
And maybe a warming ginger tea later in the afternoon.
Okay, and dinner.
Keep it light and nourishing. Miso broth is great, maybe with some soft tofu, mushrooms, bok choy, perhaps a side of steamed sweet potato, and then maybe some relaxing tulsi tea before bed.
That sounds absolutely doable and really comforting. Perfect. So we've covered the immediate aftermath. What about the longer-term payoff? Why does paying attention to this post-spa nutrition really matter in the grand scheme of things?
This is where it gets really good. Think about the investment you make in a spa day, time, money, energy.
Yeah.
You do it to feel good, right?
Right.
Neglecting your nourishment afterwards. Well, it's like planting a beautiful flower and then forgetting to water it. You might get that initial spa glow, but it won't last. It won't flourish.
Ah, okay. So the food is like the water for the spa glow flower.
Exactly. When you consciously pair your treatments with intentional and mindful nourishment, the benefits compound. They last longer, go deeper.
So we're talking beyond just feeling good for a few hours after.
Definitely. You might notice you sleep better that night, and even the next. Your digestion might feel smoother. Your energy levels could be more stable, less up and down.
Sustained energy, better sleep. Sounds good.
And perhaps the biggest thing, you're likely to feel more grounded, more calm, more connected to yourself in the days following. It really amplifies the whole point of self-care.
That's a powerful way to think about it. Okay, before we wrap this deep dive, let's tackle a few quick questions people often have. First one, can I eat a big meal right after my treatment? Like immediately after?
Generally, it's best to wait a little while, maybe 30 minutes, even an hour, and then choose something light, like we discussed. Your body's still in that adjustment phase. Give it some space before a heavy meal.
Okay, wait a bit. Start light. Got it. What if I'm really craving something indulgent? That chocolate brownie is calling my name.
Happens to us all. The key is that pause. Ask yourself, is it real hunger, or am I looking for comfort reward? If you decide you do want the brownie, try to really savor a small portion, mindfully. No guilt attached.
Okay. Permission to be human, but mindfully. What about fasting? Is that a good idea to extend the detox?
Generally, no. After stimulating your body's systems, gentle replenishment is usually much better than fasting. Your body needs fuel and nutrients to support those recovery and detox processes. Think nourish, not deprive.
Flourish, not deprive. I like that. And the classic question, can I have a glass of wine to keep the relaxation going?
Ah, wine. It seems relaxing, right? But alcohol can actually work against the spa benefits. It's dehydrating, it burdens the liver, it can disrupt sleep later.
So it might actually cancel out the good stuff.
It really might. Opting for a lovely herbal tea or some infused water is a much better bet for extending those benefits. You'll probably feel better for it the next day, too.
Some really practical answers there. Thanks. And you mentioned resources earlier.
Mm-hmm.
Obviously, people can look at the spa blogs and wellness sites we drew from. But this whole idea of mindful eating, connecting to self-care feels bigger.
It absolutely is. The principles we talked about, listening to your body, choosing nourishing foods, being present, they weave through everything. Exploring mindful eating practices more broadly, or looking into how different spa therapies work physiologically, can deepen that understanding. It's all about that mind-body connection.
Fantastic. So pulling it all together, the main message here is pretty clear. Nourishing your body mindfully after a spa day isn't just some optional extra. It's actually vital for making those wonderful benefits last longer and go deeper.
Couldn't have said it better myself. It's recognizing that the self-care doesn't stop when you leave the spa. Your choices right after, especially with food and drink, play a huge role in whether you sustain that feeling or let it fade quickly.
So here's something to ponder after our deep dive today. Think about that connection between how you care for yourself, how you eat, and how you feel overall. How can your food choices become not just fuel, but an ongoing practice of nurturing that calm, centered feeling you get from self-care? like a spa day. It's all part of taking care of yourself truly, inside and out. Thanks for joining us.